NFP came in at 172k jobs, almost double what was expected, and gold got absolutely crushed, dropped to its lowest level of 2026. Bitcoin lost 13% in 1 week, and $1.5 billion in positions got wiped out. This week was brutal across all three markets, but here is what matters now. Where do we go from here? I am going to show you exactly what to watch next week on gold, Bitcoin, and EURUSD. Stay with me. Welcome back. Well, this week was one of the most eventful weeks of 2026 across all three markets. NFP dropped Friday and absolutely rocked gold, Bitcoin, and EURUSD simultaneously. I am breaking down exactly what happened and what to watch next week. Both scenarios on all three markets, so you go in prepared. And if this kind of breakdown saves you from a bad trade, hit the like button right now and subscribe. I post this every single week. Let's go. So, gold first. And this week was painful for gold bulls. Gold started the week around this area, holding support from last week. This support was holding from last week. Analysts were watching for the 580 resistance and 466 support. So analysts was watching the support zone here. Price was ringing and consolidating most of the week. Price was just moving up and down. So most of the week it was ringing. Then Friday happened. You will see what happened on Friday. NFP came in at 172,000 jobs, 172k jobs, almost double than 85,000 that was forecasted. That's a massive beat. Strong jobs data means the Fed keep rates high or raises them. Stronger dollar and gold got crushed. You can see the price of gold crushed. Dropped all the way down around 43.28 to 43.70. The lowest level gold has seen in all of 2026. Weekly decline of nearly 4%. That's a significant move in 1 week. Now, here's the bigger picture. Context. Other analysts are pointing to the Fed. To the Fed has completely ruled out rate cuts. Now, pricing in a possible rate hike. Iran and US talks continuing but no deal. Geopolitical tension still alive. But stronger dollar is dominating right now, and gold is trading below key moving averages. So, gold is technically bearish. Current price is here. As of Saturday, analysts as of current price of gold as of this Saturday is here. The analysts are watching the 43.76 to 45.09 range for next week. So analysts are watching this area for next week. And CPI data drops this week. That's going to be massive for gold. CPI higher than expected, dollar strengthens. More gold downside. CPI lower than expected, dollar weakens. Potential gold relief bounce. Now on my chart, here is what I'm watching. I am watching this area here. I'm watching this area here and here. This area here is significant support on the weekly and daily. If price hold above this zone and we start seeing higher lows form, that's the first sign of a potential recovery. That's the higher low, yes, that's the first time of a potential recovery. but resistance is sitting up here. Yeah, we could see resistance here. They are sitting up right here. Price need to break this convincingly before any long position. Two scenarios for good next week. Bearish if price breaks below current support 43.13 and 41.86 become next targets. Analysts are watching 4100 if support fails completely. Bullish scenario, CPI comes in soft this week, dollar weakens, gold bounces, but only consider longs after previous structure breaks. Don't catch a falling knife, wait for confirmation. We see the Bitcoin has been falling, continually going down. Okay, Bitcoin, and this was the most brutal week for Bitcoin in months. This was the most brutal week for Bitcoin in months. Bitcoin started from here, Bitcoin started around here earlier in the week, and then just sold off hard. $68,000 broke. Support at 60,000 broke. Sellers kept pushing. 65,000 broke. More selling. 62,000 broke. More selling. Price cracked below 62,000 intraday on Thursday. Briefly touching 61,351. Dangerously close to the 60,000 psychological level. Current price of this Saturday is this. Currently sitting around 62,500 to 63,500 as of this Saturday, down over 30% on the week. $1.5 billion in leverage positions got liquidated this week. That's not a small number. Now, here is what the data is telling us. Spot Bitcoin ETFs just recorded a 13-day consecutive outflow streak. $4.4 billion put out in 13 days. That's institutional money. That's institutional money leaving not retail long-term holders. Not retail. Long-term holders have been quietly trimming positions. Waves holding between 10,000 and 10,000 BTC sold 25,000 BTC in just 1 week. The RSI is sitting at 18. That's extreme oversold territory. Technically, the lowest RSI reading in a long time. Now, here is the interesting thing about extreme oversold readings. They don't mean price recovers immediately. It means selling has been very aggressive, but price can stay oversold longer than people expect. Every bounce this week has been sold into. You could see every bounce is what it's been selling into. The bounce here is selling sellers, selling more sellers. On my chart, here's what I'm watching for next week. $60,000 is the most psychological level right now. 60,000 is the most psychological level right now. This was the February low. This was the February low. We'll see here. If this breaks, it's a significant structural breakdown. Analysts are warning that a break below 60,000 could force institutional panic selling, cascading liquidations, potentially very ugly. On the upside, 65,000 is now resistance. Price needs to reclaim this level. reclaim that level and hold it for any bullish recovery to start. 68,000 was support for weeks. Now it's major resistance. So price needs on the upside 65,000. Now two scenarios for Bitcoin next week. Bearish if 60,000 breaks. Bitcoin is going to be bearish. I've just showed you the 60,000 level now. If Bitcoin breaks clearly, institutional forced selling triggers. Analysts point to further downside. Some are watching 55,000 and below. Bullish scenario oversold bounce. Bounce from 60,000 to 62,000. So bounce from 62,000 area. But for any real recovery, price needs daily close back above 65,000. Without that, every bounce is a potential selling opportunity. Okay, last one. EURUSD. So EURUSD, and this one is playing out very textbook from a structural standpoint. These are last week levels. I made an analysis on this last week. Last week I said watch 1.1590 support and 1.6060 resistance here. And that NFP could determine the week's direction. When NFP came in strong, dollar strengthened and EURUSD got pushed lower. Price broke below the 1.1633. You could see here, price broke below this area to 1.1611 support zone, and is now sitting around 1.1521 as of Friday. It's sitting around 1.1521 as of Friday. Analysts are now watching the 1.1525 to 1.1492 zone as the next support. Next support area, right where price is sitting right now. Here's the macro backdrop. The Fed hiking expectations keep the dollar supported, but interestingly, the ECB is also expected to hike market pricing in 2 ECB rate hikes in 2026. So both central banks are hawkish. That's why EURUSD has been raging rather than collapsing. Geopolitics, Iran blocking Strait of Hormuz completely. That's adding uncertainty. Dollar benefits from safe haven demand in risk-off environments. On my chart, here's what I'm watching. This zone right here is critical support zone. Analysts are watching this as a potential buy. Analysts are watching this zone as a potential buy. Zone. If price holds here, we see a reaction. That's the first sign of a potential bounce. But resistance is sitting up here. Price needs to break and hold above that level for any meaningful recovery. Previous highs above that are even more significant resistance. You see here. CPI data this week is also massive for EURUSD. Hot CPI, dollar stronger. EURUSD more downside. Soft CPI, dollar weaker. EURUSD could bounce. Two scenarios for EURUSD next week. Bearish if 1.1492 breaks clearly. Next target 1.1437 and lower. And analysts watching 1.12 region below. Bullish if 1.1492 to 1.1525 holds and price breaks above 1.1665, targeting 1.1720 and higher. But remember, for the full bullish trend to resume, previous high must break cleanly, non-negotiable. Okay, wrapping up this week and next week. Gold crushed by NFP this week. Lowest level of 2026 at 43.28. Next week, watching CPI data. Massive event for gold direction. Bearish if current support breaks 4100. 4100 becomes possible. Bullish only after structure recovers and previous high breaks. Bitcoin, brutal week. Down 13%, 1.5 billion liquidated. 60,000 is the line in the sand next week. Breaks below, institutional panic selling possible. Odds, potential oversold bounce, but only bullish after 65,000 reclaimed with daily close. EURUSD broke below support, now at 1.1521, watching 1.1492 to 1.25 support zone. CPI this week is a big catalyst. Bearish if support fails. Bullish only after 1.1665 breaks. Big thing for next week. CPI data Wednesday. That one release could move all three markets simultaneously, just like NFP did this Friday. The reduced size going into it and reacts to what price confirms. If this breakdown genuinely helped you prepare for next week, please hit the like button right now. It takes 1 second. And subscribe so you never miss the weekly breakdown. I post daily setups and updates on Telegram. Link in description. This video is in collaboration with PA Trading, a Discord great community. Link below. For account management or mentorship, DM me on Telegram. See you next week.